Hey, holy family, I hope you're doing well out there. Wait, what's this weird thing around my neck? And what's this hat thing I got on? All of this and more in today's video. The things that you see me wearing today might seem strange to you. Maybe you've heard of them before, maybe you haven't. I'm going to explain what they are in today's video as we talk about what priests wear. Now, the thing that you see me wearing on my head, this is called a Beretta. And it's a hat, so to speak, that a priest would wear when he would celebrate Mass or do other liturgical functions. This is more of a traditional piece of clerical attire. A lot of priests don't wear it anymore, but a priest would wear this when he wore the long black robe called a cassock. Now, you've probably seen me wear the cassock on Sundays, and I do wear it on Sundays and some special occasions. Traditionally, when a priest wore a cassock in Mass or other liturgies, he would wear this Beretta. One of the things about the Beretta is it has three kind of fins or three kind of points and this little palm or this little fluff ball on the top. And during the Mass, in the traditional Latin form of the Mass, what the priest would do is there were certain parts where he would put on his Beretta and take it off. And then every time the name of Jesus was mentioned in Mass, he would tip his hat like that, or tip the Beretta. And so this is a Beretta. We don't see it very much anymore, but some priests do wear it. The thing that I have on around my neck, this is called an amice. And the amice goes with this clerical vestment here. This white garment is called an alb. And every priest, when he says Mass or does some other kind of sacrament, generally he has to wear an alb underneath the other vestments he would wear. And it's always going to be white or maybe a really light kind of cream color. Now, there's a kind of a rule in the church that when a priest celebrates Mass, that his clerical collar has to be covered. So if I were to undo the amice here, right, the regular clerical attire that a priest wears, the clerical shirt or sometimes the cassock, the collar has to be covered or hidden when he says Mass. And so the alb here, there are different types of albs. Some albs are made with the part that already comes up and covers the collar. Other albs, like this one, as you can see, has an opening for your head and neck. So because this alb is made where it doesn't cover the collar, you wear the amice, that cloth around the neck, to cover the collar, and then you put this on the top. One of the practical things I like about wearing the amice is that it catches all the neck sweat, and so it doesn't run down and ruin your clothes underneath. So the first liturgical item, or the first vestment that a priest would wear when he at least is preparing for Mass or other sacraments, is the alb, this white robe. Now, I mentioned the cassock, the long black robe that you might have seen me wear on Sundays. So just kind of on an everyday basis, priests can choose to wear different things. Traditionally, the priests wore that long black robe, the cassock. Most priests today, at least in America, will wear what you see Father Nagel and I wearing, this kind of just regular clerical attire, black pants and a black clerical shirt. Now, when a priest is getting ready to celebrate Mass, he puts on the alb, and if he needs to, he puts on the amice. After the alb is put on, he then puts on this item right here. This is called a stole. And you probably have certainly seen this before, right? Kind of looks like a scarf that goes around your neck, and it hangs down low, just straight down like this. The stole is one of the most prominent vestments of a priest because it signifies the priest's authority, right? This is kind of a representation of his authority, the stole. And usually the stole would match the color of the outer vestment, the chasuble, that the priest would wear. Or for other sacraments, he would wear the appropriate color too. So like for baptisms, a baptism that is celebrated outside of Mass, he generally would wear a white stole. Or when a priest is hearing confessions, he wears a purple or violet stole. This stole I have right here is a very special stole. It's a very nice stole, and you can see it has tassels and really nice design. This was a gift to me by our former Archbishop, Archbishop Peter Sarden. He was the bishop that ordained me a priest, and as a gift to all of us men being ordained, he gave us this stole. And it's a very nice stole, and I like it also because very thoughtfully he put our names on the back side of the stole to commemorate the day we were ordained. So this is a stole, and a priest wears this kind of down the front. Now, when a priest is getting ready for Mass, visualize it. He's putting on the white alb, he has the stole hanging down from his neck, and then he puts on this rope, right? This rope that kind of holds everything together. It's called a cincture, right? And the cincture, generally the most common type of cincture is a white one that you'll see, but some priests will have different colors matching the outer vestment color. So after the priest, he has the alb, he has the stole, he puts the cincture around his waist, then he puts on the outer vestment. And this is the one that you probably have seen the most. You see it every Mass. It's the one that covers his entire body. It's called a chasuble. See the picture I impose here. And the chasuble is this vestment that kind of represents the virtue of charity, and this idea that the priest is being completely covered in the charity, the love of God as he puts on this outer vestment. Now, there are kind of four main liturgical colors, or four main colors of vestments. We have purple or violet, green, white, and red. And they are used for different various occasions. Here you'll see an image explaining what color is used when in the church year. Now, some other colors that you might have seen that are not depicted in that image, sometimes priests will wear rose vestment, often mistaken for pink, but he will wear a rose-colored vestment twice a year, once in Advent and once in Lent. Another color vestment that a priest can wear is kind of a blue vestment or a blue and white vestment for Marian celebrations, feasts and celebrations of Mary. And a very, very rare or uncommon color that priests can wear sometimes is a black vestment. And they would wear a black vestment for funerals. But most often today, at least in America, priests will either wear for funerals purple, violet, or a white vestment. So four colors, four main colors of vestment, and it's the outer, remember, the outer vestment that a priest wears after he has put on the alb, after he has put on the stole and the cincture, right? The vestment, the covering of charity. Now you might notice behind me here, this vestment with this beautiful kind of design. And this vestment, you might not have seen this very often, but this vestment here, this is called a cope. And it's kind of like a cape that he wears over his shoulders. It's basically like a cape. And this is a particular vestment. He doesn't wear this for Mass, but a priest will wear this for other celebrations outside of Mass. He can wear it for a baptism outside of Mass, or if he's celebrating a marriage outside of Mass. One of the most common celebrations you'll see a priest wear this cope is when he's doing the formal setting of exposition and benediction. So when a priest is doing Eucharistic adoration publicly, where he exposes and has the formal rite of benediction at the end, where he blesses, the people with the Eucharist, he will often wear this cape called the cope. Now, along with the cope usually comes this kind of big, long kind of cloth that goes over the shoulders, right? It's called a humeral veil, and you'll see it in this image here. The humeral veil is a veil that covers his shoulders, goes down his arms, and sometimes has pockets underneath that the priest can put his hands into. So when he elevates the Eucharist in the monstrance, right, the golden receptacle, I actually have right here, this is a kind of a mini monstrance. So when a priest elevates the monstrance and blesses the people in the formal context of adoration with exposition benediction, he will wear the coat and that veil, that humeral veil that covers his arms. And so it's kind of like this idea that he's very reverent and very mindful of what's in the monstrance receptacle. It's Jesus in the Eucharist. And so he is not even worthy with his hands to touch it. And so he veils his hands with the humeral veil. And then he wears this beautiful vestment called the coat. Again, priests will wear this for many celebrations outside the context of Mass, baptisms, marriages, and Eucharistic adoration. Now, there are other kinds of vestments and liturgical accessories that a priest can wear, but the ones you saw today, those are the most common and maybe some uncommon ones, like that funny hat, the Beretta. I hope you learned a lot today, and next time that you get to come to Mass, and hopefully soon, you can look at these things that the priest is wearing and go, hey, I know what that is. That's an amice around his neck. That's an alb. That's the chasuble, right? Thank you for being with us. God bless.